everybody. We made it to a live stream today, even though I've spent most of the time on my garage roof. We'll get to that here in a second. I forgot about the time change, so it gets darker early now. So it was not 7:30, it was 5:30. At least that's the best way I could describe it. So we're going to top off the podcast like we always do with some headlines, and then we'll discuss the weather for the week. And I will give you guys an update on the roof and show you some pictures and everything else that in case you haven't seen in the little video I made, which turned into a huge more job than I thought it was going to be, and we found a lot of problems with it, unfortunately. So, but welcome everybody to the chat, and it looks like we got Leaves, Trucks, and Trains going to be modding for us this evening. Truck dude, and then we, like I said, we'll get in the roof here in a minute. Let's top off it off, and waste resources, garbage truck. Welcome. How you doing this evening? I'm definitely quiet. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can turn this. Let's turn it up just a wee bit. How about now? Can you hear me better? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Microphone check. 5 minutes, some shady you on. Monterey, good evening. Welcome. We're just trying to make sure this microphone's working good real quick. Because Leave says I'm very quiet. Might want to turn your headphones up. Just making sure before we get started that the microphone's all good. Garland, welcome in. Like I said, we're just checking on our everything else. On the quiet side, just a lot better. Yeah, forgive me, I do tend to mumble and stuff, and I don't speak clearly sometimes. So I will try to just talk a little louder into the microphone. So for some reason, when I have this microphone plugged into my computer, it does this, and I'm pretty sure I'm turned all the way up. Yeah, on my settings, I have it at max settings. So, I mean, it's just one of those things, but when I plug it into the PlayStation to use it during gameplay and stuff, for some reason, it comes in a lot louder. But yeah, so let's get started. So found a whole dumpster flipped over. Yeah, front load, I've done that. They've fallen off the forks and flipped over. So let's so sad. So as Melissa weekend. Jameson, we'll get into that in a minute. We're gonna start off with some around the top stories, and then we'll get into the weather, and then we'll get into, like I said, the roof and everything else here in a second. So obviously, in case you didn't know, the Dodgers won the World Series yesterday, I believe. And apparently LA had a riot over it, which again, it's like, that seems like, I don't understand the sports and riot thing. I just don't. Like, yeah, your team, our team won. Let's burn our town down. Really? That doesn't make sense to me. But apparently the Canadians are struggling to understand, because apparently this happened in extra innings, and it was a comeback to win for the Dodgers. And the Blue Jays, or Toronto Blue Jays, just, I guess, really just fail at the end right there. So that's starting off with that as our lead heading. Also, Trump's invited them to the White House. That's earlier today. Another couple top stories that we were following. Apparently, there was a four-year-old terrorist attack, according to the FBI, in Michigan for Halloween. Get you guys the top six on that real quick. Allegedly plotting a violent attack over the Halloween weekend, and no names or details have been released at this time. It says this comes from the Fox News, so take it with a grain of salt. It says it was a ISIS-linked terror plot. Again, take that with a grain of salt. It's Fox News we're talking about here. So, and according to other headlines, there's nothing's concrete, just that they were arrested for plotting a terror attack in Michigan. And I guess you've heard that the Trump administration is planning military action against Venezuela. At least that's what's being reported. Again, take that with a grain of salt. And also threatened military intervention in Nigeria for an ongoing, what they call, genocide of Christians. Again, haven't read much into it. That's just the Trump administration talking there. So that's basically what I've seen here recently. Also, Trump did order, I think we were talking about it a couple days ago, Garbage Family Show, welcome. So we were talking about Trump did authorize the use of testing nuclear weapons again. However, The Department of Energy and the military basically said they're not going to do it because safety concerns and obviously the old ordeal about it. But that's basically what we got right now. They're also saying that food stamps are coming. They're delayed, but they're definitely going to be coming when they tack into the supply funds. So that's basically what we got here. So let's see where... I think Hurricane... Yeah, she's dead. Melissa has completely dissipated now, so we don't have to worry about her. Nothing to report on that. I'll get you guys an update on the casualty rate real quick. 1 second. So, as of right now, stupid USA. USA is reporting 60 casualties. Apocalyptic Caribbean damage update is what their headline is. And I'm not interested in you selling me something. So, yeah, it continues. Western Jamaica still, they're just basically still searching and everything else. They got confirmed 28 are dead, and that's from the prime minister of the country. Haiti and the Dominican Republic areas are areas that did not experience rainfall, also flooding in the Lower Plains area. Yeah, so 60 is the toll for now on that. They're still expecting that to rise. That's what we got this evening. So what are we looking at this week weather-wise? Now, I can bring this up to you. Welcome, buddy. So, this is the GFS, and let's go through the next week here and see what we got. So, looks like we're going to have a system still off the Carolina coast. More like a nor'easter might be going up. Derek, what up? And we're also got an atmospheric river heading our way. Still trying to verify whether it's going to be actually intense or not. Right now, they're calling for about a ½ inch to an inch in the general Northern California here, as you see as it comes in for about Wednesday. This is about Wednesday afternoon, which we will zoom in a little closer and check that out. As you can see, as the storm system proceeds here, nothing obviously going on throughout the rest of the week, other than there might be something coming in here on Friday. The rule of thumb is anything past 72 hours, which is here, you're not really going to, this is basically Wonderland. You're not really going to, because that's subject to change significantly, everybody. And here is the 72 hours. It's subject to change by the hour, but you get a better idea of what's going to happen because it kind of configures what's going on. That's why they have this longer range model, and then they got several other models that are actually used for. There's an hour-to-hour model, which is this one here. Whoops, clicked on the wrong part. Excuse me. And then we have, obviously there's different models that we can look at. We got the Canadian model, the UK model. I think this is the DWB global model. I think that's the Germany model. But then we have the NAM. This is the North American model. This is like a mid-range model. So gives you like the next day and the day after advance notice. And then we also have, there's a NAM that's not well defined in the HRRR. This one's an hour by hour, and it helps really good at detecting what's going on. So basically right now we're going to go ahead and focus in on Northern California. Excuse me. And this is Pivotal Weather. It is a free site you can use. I have the subscription, so I'm able to get a little more access to stuff like this close range. So let's go ahead and look at the storm that's coming into our area. Obviously Sacramento, Chico, San Francisco. So this is tomorrow. Sea activity is going to be kind of, once we get into Tuesday, this is where we start seeing more activity. It looks like it's still going to be north of I-80. And then on Wednesday, this is where the big batch comes in. And it looks like it's going to be like Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, like you see here. So this is basically mixed precipitation between rain and snow. And obviously the blue is snow, and that's obviously on the higher peaks. So this model right now is kind of indicating that it's not, snow level is going to be pretty high because that's right at the peak level. And obviously this is Tahoe. This is more towards Lassen area. And let's see what this model says on So let's go ahead and see what she says. Just to get an idea. We're going to go ahead and go to the Saturday. So obviously looks like more, this thing is predicting more rain up north. About a ½ inch in the Sacramento area. Not, and even a 2/10 of an inch down here in Stockton. And Chico will see about an inch of rain. Redding will see about 3. So we're looking like kind of a repeat system where basically Central California, Southern California looks like they're going to get anything out of this, but this is going to be more towards Northern California and probably into the Pacific Northwest into Oregon. So that's basically what we got at this for the moment. So now that's basically our little weather report. Let me see if there's anything on the forecast real quick, and then we'll discuss it. See the storm predictions they're looking at. Leaves, yeah, you're definitely going to get rained on. So Storm Prediction Center isn't showing any alerts for the next 8 days. So we're not concerned about that. So let's get into some pictures and discuss what I was doing in the last 48 hours. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to bring that up, and then I'm going to bring it back on the screen here. So, by the way, my truck did break down again. And I'll get a story to tell about that. We'll tell about that in a minute, but let's get up to the issue that we have at hand. For Thursday, for right now, Garland, it's looking clear for you. I didn't look at the temperature, but precipitation-wise, it looks clear. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the garbage truck. Let's talk about what happened here on my garbage truck. So, if you guys have seen it, you already seen what happened. Funny story. So I finished my route on Friday, and then I went to go help Harry, coworker Harry. Again, no problem. Mario, which is our lead driver, I'm gonna go ahead and use his name. So I was like, "Well, good thing you didn't break down today." And I said, "Bro, do not jinx me. You're sending me to help. Still can happen." And what do you know? Helping Harry, it happened. Damn thing broke again. And I confiscated somebody's can because I couldn't get it down. So yeah, double whammy this time. But I was already done. Harry was basically on his last quart anyway, so it literally was, yeah, this happened. Good news is, it's probably tomorrow. I'm gonna be might be rocking one of the rentals. We'll see about that though. But they're gonna have the manufacturer look at this, because this keeps happening. They changed out different bolts, and they're just gonna have the manufacturer themselves look at it, because it makes no damn sense of what the hell is happening here. Like, we cannot figure out what is happening or what is causing this to happen. I'm not doing nothing out of the ordinary. And I'll show you guys another picture. As you see, it's stuck up in there. And I don't understand why it's doing it. We can't figure it out. It is just one of those things that is just really confusing right now. Oh, by the way, also I shot this on Friday. I meant to share this with you guys on the Friday stream. But they're laying the pipes for the electrical chargers. Right here. This K-rail that's in front of you. That's where our CNG system is. Garland, they already replaced the motor. That's a new motor. So we don't know why it's happening. Now, let's get into this part. This is the fun, what I've been doing the last 48 hours. So we ripped off the shingles, and we ripped off the temporary roof I had on top, and we found this. Completely wood rot, rotten wood all the way through, and it gets better. One moment, please. Look at this part. And yeah, this was just rotten wood. This is on top of my garage. Yeah, so it turned into, this was yesterday when we found this. So I had my nephew-in-law and my nephew helping me up there, and we realized that this was going to turn into a really bigger job really quickly. So we ended up having to call some help for some extra hands, and a couple of my coworkers did drop by to give me some help. Again, I'm going to show you guys another picture here. You see it's just rotted through. The beams are rotted, everything else. So it's just pretty bad. And then show you a picture of this knucklehead here. So there's my nephew-in-law on top. Yeah, he looks like a voodoo doll. I told him that, but I guess that was his Halloween costume. And then there's my brother with his beer in his hand and his phone in his hand. Again, you know what's funny is this is my actual biological brother, but we do not look related whatsoever. But so we're working on that project, and show you guys another picture I took of us working here. As you can see, we were digging up that area, and there's my nephew there. That's what he was doing. And then here comes the cavalry. So we were working on one side here. As you can see, we replaced the rotted wood on this section, and then you know who that driver is. You've seen him in the videos before. He was here helping us out. And hold on a second. So, and then my nephew-in-law's dumbass almost went through. That gave way on him while he was working over here, and I had to pull him out. Thankfully, he didn't get hurt, but still scared the hell out of me, scared the hell out of my boy, coworker, and also the neighbors next door who heard the wood snap as well, and the loud pitch when he went down. But thankfully, when he went through, he was able to catch himself. Did you have other companies helping you with the roof? No. This was turned in from a quick, basically peel and stick job to now we have to redo it. Good thing it doesn't snow in Sac. Yeah, it does not. Now I'm gonna show you guys the video I shot earlier. I can just narrate it for you. But as you can see, we were almost done and everything else. And you look how defeated I look. I'd showered and everything else before the stream, so you actually see this. But yeah, this was a pain in the ass today to get this done. So what does this mean in total of video content? Well, obviously I didn't have time to do any editing because this turned into a project that has actually become a really, really, really significant pain in the ass. And so tomorrow when I get off work, we're going to be back up there again, trying to, now that we got all the wood stabilized, we're gonna put the underlayers, the 2 underlayers up, and so it doesn't rain inside the garage. And then we're gonna basically put the poly and stick shingles on Saturday. So there will be some video delays, unfortunately, but when I get them going, it's gonna be a doozy. I promise you. Might have like 7 or 8 videos coming out in one day. That'll probably be on Sunday once we get all this done. Or maybe Saturday afternoon if I have time afterwards. But yeah, it turned into about I forgot to show you guys this picture. Right here. So yeah, this is where he went through. And my brother took this picture. And on top of that, we found some termites up there as well, which were coming off the back trees over here, most likely, because we couldn't find them anywhere else when we were prying the other areas. They weren't just, it was just that corner. So, again, that is basically the, that's how my weekend is going. So, all right. That's the reports that I got for right now. So, let's open it up to you guys. How was your weekend? How was your Halloween? Did you get scared? Did you get some candy? Did you get high? What'd you do? Derek, I know you got high. Yeah, that was a hell of a project. Also, we're putting insulation in on the garage too, so to try to make it a little bit better. So we might be able to do some videos with my brother and his son in a round table setting without having to basically be crowded in a corner or something, and actually even be in an open space. But again, open up to you guys. You got any questions? Again, how was your Halloween? How was your weekend? Let's see what we got. I filmed 308 and 336 trucks. Nice, nice. Yeah, I almost got the cops calling me because of my costume. Monterey, what were you wearing? They gave me candy at the game. Yeah, our company actually was surprising us with actually full pieces of candy. Like, Or, yeah, chocolate bars and stuff. Reese's and everything. I was actually surprised. I got lots of candy. Nice. And I am drinking a Sprite. Yeah, Monterey, I want to know how exactly you almost got the cops on you. I want details, please. I looked like a terrorist because of what I was wearing. What is a terrorist? Like, is there a significant look that looks like a terrorist? Because terrorist comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, and backgrounds. Apparently a dog can be a terrorist too, apparently. That's what some neighbor of mine said. I told him to get off the bowl. Monterey, I know you're probably typing it out, but I just want some details here because it's pretty funny. You got the look inside the truck. Nice, nice. Very nice, Garland. What else? Do you have something else here to show you guys? That I took? Oh, there it is. The airsoft gun. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. People have gotten shot over airsoft guns. Speaking of that, I'm not speaking about getting shot, but apparently on my Wednesday route, near one of the commercial areas on my Wednesday route, there was a multi-person shooting at a bar and restaurant, and one person is dead and the other people are wounded. Do not know what was, I threw on my high vis WM shirt at the end, has, and one of my high vis WM hats, and used a lunch box for like leaves. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised that you would be wearing all that WM? Oh yeah, I forget that because WM actually does your stuff, and they probably give you it. Vegetation power, what? One of the houses I went had a woman at the front door told her husband is a recycle driver here. Didn't know that. Oh, nice. Do you like the new ways? Yes. When I use the rental new way, had no complaints over it. I actually like it. New ways I think are good. I think the breeze are just as good too. Yeah, Monterey, I definitely would like to see that. I want to see exactly how flipped over this was. Minnesota, what's up? Welcome in. So, but yeah, tomorrow my route's supposed to be light. Usually is light. Even if I have to do it in two, I still get done pretty quick. I might be using the ZR rental that we have, which is a Kenworth. So, would a vacuum count hazardous material? No. She's gonna burp too. I'll take a picture of just the corner. You're funny. What about pythons? Pythons. When I used it, I couldn't figure it out, so it really annoyed me. But if I actually had time to actually learn it and not use it for 2 days, but just actually had time to learn how it worked and everything else, I'll probably be okay with it. But I'm not a overall big fan. It's a lot more complicated arm than it needs to be, especially with the whole shoulder and stuff that comes out with it like this, just to grab the can. So it makes it so easy to hit something. Can you film like some? Well, if I'm in it, Garland, I will definitely be filming it. Will I be live tomorrow? Possibly. Depends on how long it takes me for the project, because I'm still working on the roof, so I may not live stream tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know if we get off early enough, off the roof and everything else to be able to live stream. So I'll get back to you on that part. Yeah, and the same thing with the wrapper rail. The wrapper rail arm has the same shoulder. Just to answer that, truck dude. It's same thing with curb tenders. That extra joint doesn't really want. Allied Waste, welcome. Isn't good, especially with like if you're in a more urban environment and you got a lot of cars and you have multiple cans to pick up, because the way the claw itself, how big the claw is, and then you have the shoulder that comes out with the claw, it just makes it so easy to hit somebody or hit something with it. Now, like for example, a New Way Labrie and even the ZR arm itself, which has the most of the components behind it and everything else, it makes it a lot easier, and the fingers are usually smaller too, so they actually help being able to grab cans that are maybe too close together, or just in general when there's people just not being smart about where their can placements are at. Now, I think it should be something else too that companies should take into consideration, and also the manufacturers, about 12-foot reach spans, because like for example, my ZR arm only reaches about 6 feet. And to me, that's not adequate, especially for a Peterbilt cab and the turning radius and everything else. It makes it really difficult to maneuver and trying to grab. Like when I was using the Labrie, even though I had a Mack cab and I couldn't turn for hell, I could still, it had a 12-foot reach, and I could at least reach out and grab something without ever having to get close to the cars. Like, some be like, oh, that's just being lazy. No, but it also eliminates the possibility of clipping the car when you're leaving or when you're trying to get the cans or everything else. And then the argument's always like, oh, just get out. Yeah, you give me basically a 1,400 can route. I average 900 cans a day, and you want me to get out for 200 of those cans and everything else? That's a 15-hour day right there. It's just not feasible if you want me to be productive. You want me to go help and be able to get behind other people and everything else. What's the most annoying thing about the Python? It's just the arm. I mean, the Pythons come in different bodies. But yeah, like I said, that's basically the annoyance whenever I hear these arguments. It's like 12-foot reach spans, I think, should be mandatory. Garbage trucks of California, welcome. Yeah. Again, still trying to... still... What else is there? What is there a new truck that's coming out now? Oh, a second. Monterey just posted something. Let me see. And it's... I know what happened. His stuff got cut on the click. What's your favorite garbage can size? My favorite garbage can size is the 96 gallons, because nice and big, and they take all the stuff. So if your motor keeps breaking, why not replace the entire arm? Because it's expensive. If they're going to replace the entire arm and everything else, I want an extender. I'm just saying. I'll fight Republic on that. Give me an extended arm. It's not the motor that keeps breaking, it's the bolts though. So, like I said, I'll bring that picture back up to you guys. I'll bring up the closer picture that we took. Bear with me, I'm trying to find it. Garbage trucks of California, yeah, but if they're going to replace the arm, at least give me an extender. Let me see here. Alright, I got one here. This picture here. So we'll use this picture, it's the better part. So as you can see, it's not the motor itself that's breaking, because the motor is still intact. It's the bolts here that hold the motor into the actual wheel that runs it up. Did the new motor still? Yeah, the motor works fine. It's not. It's still flipping lids. It still works perfectly fine. It's the problem is these bolts keep breaking, and the problem is because we can't figure out what's causing it. Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like, so far I know my truck is the only one that these things break every like few months or whatever, and everything else is just because wear and tear. But mine has broken at least 8 times in the last 7 weeks or more. And that's the problem that we cannot understand and everything else. You can see it strapped broke the hydraulic line here. I had to tie the hydraulic line up. So, but it's just one of those situations that thread locker, we don't know. I mean, we've been tearing it apart, trying to figure it out why and everything else, and it's still just couldn't figure it out. Let's see if we can get another view of it. I'm trying to see if I can find another picture of that part. See, this is another one here. This is from about 5 weeks ago. As you can see, this is dangling here, and I ended up taking this person's cart too, again, like I did on Friday. And you can see the bolts are just breaking right here. Yeah, and we can't figure it out. What is the worst part about the ZR? These bolts. At least in my ZR. The ZR overall is not a bad overall package. I mean, for a film perspective, it is kind of boring because it's just watching a rail go up and down. But other than that, the ZR itself isn't that bad as far as I'm looking at it. But yeah, I just still can't, like I said, I'm stumped. The mechanics are stumped. And no matter what we do to tear it apart, it just keeps doing it. So, hopefully the manufacturer might have some ideas of why he's doing that. But the fact that it seems like my truck's the only one doing it might be there's something wrong with my truck. Could be hitting something on the arm that we're not seeing, but nothing obvious. But yeah, that's what I got on that part. It's just, this truck is, I still like my truck. I mean, she's good. She runs good. She works like a war horse. So, but other than that one part that just keeps, like I said, those bolts keep breaking. Well, and yeah, I can't figure out. We're all, and yeah. And I was like, well, what are you doing? Nothing out of the ordinary. Picking up cans. What, you think I'm taking the claw and over here banging old ladies over the head with it or something? I mean, thoughts crossed my mind, but I haven't done that. And even if it did, I'm lost for words. I mean, I would love to hear your guys' idea, because we can't seem to figure it out. But yeah, supposedly the EVs are supposed to be here by the end of the month, at least 4 more of them, but I'll believe it when I see it. And they told us, oh yeah, it'll be here in February back last year, and the damn thing didn't show up to December. The old lady is too slow and in my way, Matt. No, the old lady's a pain in the ass and calls and says I'm leaving tire marks on the sidewalk when I didn't even go up on the sidewalk. Yeah, I had somebody call and complain about that. Your driver went up on the sidewalk and left tire marks and everything else, even though the tire marks have been there for weeks, but somehow that she sees my truck and says it's me. And it wasn't me, and I'm not going to rap my driver who did that, but still. My funny stories. Let's see. How much candy did you get on Halloween? On your route on Halloween? I didn't get nothing. Nope. What is the worst garbage can? I say Schiffer. The ones that we use here. They're plastic, they break easily, and they just, yeah. It will be a year since 2010 came on this Wednesday. Nice. Good thing you're keeping track, because I'm not. Yeah. Those first generation electrics suck. They spend more time in the yard than they do on route. Just saying. That's the only problem with the EBs that I see with them. Other than that, when they work, but when they don't, they don't. Harry's had more problems with 2513 than I've had problems. Even with this chronic issue that I'm having right now, he still is broken down more than I have. I mean, it's just the name of the game, I guess. Ah, gotcha. How long was the stream before me on? Probably another 30 minutes or so. We're just hanging out right now talking. Because obviously we gotta call it evening early. I do have to work tomorrow. And obviously I gotta get back out too. Also I gotta get back on that roof tomorrow as well. Finish that. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this on the screen. Show you guys so you guys see what we're dealing with. Yeah, they suck. Truck dude. They break way so easily. Like when we first got the rollout, it literally, when I had the 2461, the wrapper rail and everything else, I destroyed probably 5 cans on the first day and another 10 on the following day. And this was just gripping them. Temperature was like 105 or something like that, but still, it was just. I had no lady chase me down too and like threatened to call the cops on me because the can got squished. I'm like, just call it into the call center. It doesn't cost you anything to say. It happens all the time. I mean, just call it in and they'll get you another one for free. And she tried to say that I cussed her out and everything else. No. I know better than that. I don't argue with customers like that. I don't sit there and engage with them because all they're trying to do is get you in a gotcha so they can go try to feel better about themselves. Electric ones. Yeah, usually first generation of anything leaves sucks. The first CNGs were bad. The first basically everything that comes out that's new technology or has a new fuel service or something just sucks. And the problem with electric ones is the batteries. That's not a fuel source. That's a very expensive piece of equipment that is very expensive to make, very expensive to do anything with, and if it goes down, the entire system goes down. And they're the best kind of toter. There was maggots. Yeah, I see maggots every day. Some people don't clean them out as best as other people could, and in my job, I've had things like I've had dog during my rear loader days at Waste Management. I've had dog crap right on my face. So, yeah, Mr. Diamond, welcome, welcome in. So, toter EV ones. Actually, I think those are pretty solid. They're not great, but they're not terrible. I mean, you put a shifter next to anything, and they look great. I mean, I'll have to show you guys my own city toters that I have that are from Sac City. because I live in the city limits. So what I'll do, I'll take some pictures of them and let you guys see them during the live stream. Maybe tomorrow if I have time. Oh yeah, little battery powered saw here. Runs on a standard battery and everything else. And that thing saved us a lot of time. But that hole you guys see right there and everything else was not good. Updated my save. Go track 2. Excuse me. 37. Nice, very nice. I definitely have to check out the real life version of that truck because I don't remember it. Been a long 48 hours. But yeah, those of you who just joined us, in case you didn't know, we've been working on my garage roof the last 48 hours. How much cutting you had to do? Well, I'll show you. Let me put this off real quick. Because this is tied into my phone picture, and I don't want people to... I don't want something that may not be appropriate for YouTube to pop up. Never... Because YouTube been acting weird lately. Like, I got a video that got flagged for something, but then there was never an explanation. Then it got unflagged. So, I don't know what it is. By the way, when do you plan to go live and react to videos? Probably won't start doing that until next year. I got a lot of projects going on, real life projects, and other things going on. So that's basically it, Mr. Diamond. Like I said, we'll start that back up probably in January if everything works out. But right now I'm just too busy. So, but I am gonna get on here, try to get on every day, the live stream for about an hour. Filling you guys with some news reports, weather reports, also just what's going on up and around the Sacramento office and everything else. But so this whole big piece here is about a 15-foot span garland. So we had to put a whole piece in here, as you can see. My coworker there, he's actually working on rebranding. This whole thing was just rotted out. It just sucks. And that just sucks because also this is the area where we found the termites, as you can see here with all these holes and everything else. It royally sucked. And then on top of that too, because of the way everything was done, we had to replace a larger piece too that we did not expect to have to replace. So, come on, open up. There we go. Go, awesome job. Thank you. So, this is obviously how we replace this other section. So, we had to replace all of them. Do you love flipping can lids or not? I love flipping them. Because I love seeing their faces when you set. What I like to do, though, and everything else, and it's kind of a jerk move, but it's kind of fun, is to let the can hit and let the lid just kick it up and hold it up. That's like the best flex move for me, is to see it. To see if you can come outside and see their can just barely right there, so the moment they grab it, it's probably going to fall on them or they bump it. But no, garland, going back to it. So basically we had the whole edge on all 4 edges to replace, and that whole back siding that had to be replaced. So a project that was supposed to take 2 or 3 hours turned into 2 days. Because we were taking the metal off that we had temporarily on here, and I'm going to bring it up real quick. We took it off. We took the remaining that wasn't blown off shingles off and everything else, and then we discovered the wood and how damaged the wood was. So that was basically what happened there. Caught waste protections. Awesome job. Definitely thank you. So, but no, that's the situation, and obviously this is what tied up my time this weekend. So that's why I'm not able to get any actual collection content up. And it's pretty annoying because I got about like 7 or 8 POV videos that I have already prepped, ready to go to actually format and edit and everything else. And then obviously Watson's going to be in there harassing me from time to time, making some jokes. Yeah, he's back. And then once everything gets settled, because I'm still setting out right now. So far I believe I am keeping my house. So but but I won't know probably till about mid-month into this month to be for sure. And if that works out to be great, awesome. That means you're gonna see a lot more work going on. And they're just ZR sucks, and they're also loud. Every garbage truck is loud, brother. And ZR suck from a filmer perspective. I can understand that. Just look at them. They got 9 feet. Better than 6 feet. What I got. My stupid ass arm. So, but yeah, that's why I haven't got those videos uploaded. And eventually, I will end up getting an electric too, because that's basically where this entire division is going. Ally Waste, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Can you rev your engine? Only when I pulled the parking brake. If it's the parking brake isn't good. I mean, it works when I can do it that way. But did your truck ever brake on the road? That's mostly how it brakes. It brakes on the road, en route. Occasionally, I had an issue a few weeks ago, or yeah, 2 weeks ago, or last week. I don't know, running together. But when I was closing the tailgate, apparently the wires got caught up into it, so the entire tailgate lighting system went out. So the next morning when I was checking my lights, it wouldn't light up. So obviously the truck ended up getting down for that, and I took 97, which we then ended up finding that one had a hole in its tailgate, so it's down too. So yay. And yeah, Friday, other than the breakdown and me cussing my lead driver out for jinxing me, didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Have you? I haven't seen a truck. Whoops. Yeah, I've actually had a truck when I was the Corrado truck. I mean, those of you that have been around the channel, you know I used to drive a Corrado truck before I got into El Grove. I've had that truck actually stall out on a full turn when I was turning, and that was scary. When's the last time you had a flat tire? Last month. Obviously we get flats on a regular. And that's just because of the transportation and the debris that gets dumped while we're dumping and everything else, and just part of the job. And we have a contractor that comes in and changes our tires like damn near every day. So, I mean, that's easy money. You want to make some good money? Go into the tire business with the Republic. You'll make a lot of money. Yeah. So. Filmer POV, MRAP suck. Pythons are great. Driver POV, Pythons suck. Great leaps? I ain't gonna argue with that. Not like you there. Some driver tried to run me over once, and I reported it. Good. Get him out of here. Those guys shouldn't do it. Like again, Benji, what happened to him? I saw that video, and I even commented on that because that was not If I ever saw somebody do that, do you know Bird Tech Company? Yes, I know them. Yeah, that's it. But yeah. If a driver ever does something like that to you guys and everything else, report that on them, because we don't need drivers that are like that on the road. Because if they're doing that with the camera in their face, imagine what they're doing when there's not a camera in their face. And they are providing a public service, and as long as you're not impeding their operation, you're allowed to film them. At least the state of California, and I'm pretty sure every other state allows that because you're in public, on a public sidewalk, public street. Oh, I got contacts inside the Phoenix area thing, so I'm not going to comment on whether or not he got terminated or not, though. But I do know what happened to him. But it's not my place to say, so I'm not going to say it. Thankfully, I'm friends with the Republic managers. Good. Get them out of here. That driver was crazy in the title carrying. No, that driver was a mental state that has no business being in being in the garbage industry. If you're going to be driving like that and everything else and acting like that, you don't even deserve a CDL. That is my opinion on that matter, because you understanding these trucks are easily a 15-ton wrecking ball going down the road. They can kill someone very easily. The automatic arm, if it grabs a hold of you with the automatic arm, I've seen content from that's not allowed on obviously social media like that, but I've seen content where people have lost their entire arm. It has ripped their entire arm off them, like you see in a horror movie or a gory movie and everything else. One of my friends from Minnesota got cussed out. I don't understand why drivers do that. Like, it is so irritating. Like, I get, because again, depending on the situation, right? The situation, like for example, I'm gonna give you an example here, right? I'm gonna use the phone as the truck, right? So the truck you're gonna go from basically, you're gonna see from the right to left situation, right? If you are in front of the truck on the sidewalk here in this area, nowhere near the operations of the truck and everything else, you're fine. If you're in the back over here, you're fine. But if you're within close proximity of the truck and everything else, I can understand how drivers get nervous, or drivers get especially if you're actually there on a sideload or arm and everything else. Because I know some filmers do that and everything else. We call it the basketball key. Every company has a different name for it. But if you're within that key, that means you're in the kill zone. That means I could kill you if something goes wrong. And that's a fact. This equipment is hydraulic based, and I've seen this thing, my arm, because of the problem with that motor. If this thing, and it's dropped from the top of the arch straight down, free fall. That is a 3-ton piece of equipment right there, falling directly down. That's going to kill you if it hits you. Thankfully, no one's around when this has happened and everything else, and I'm very aware of the situation around my arm because of that. But it is a situation that to be aware of, is you want to be able to keep your space. But if you're not, again, you're not interfering with them, then I don't see why they get all bent out of shape. That's just me as a professional driver personally. Again, no knocking anybody else about how they feel about it, but that's just the truth. And that's the unfortunate truth, is like, you're out in public, you're going to get filmed. You're being filmed by every house, car, and everything else. So I don't understand the issue. Like, get over it. Game night, not tonight, Trash Master. Game night is still suspended for foreseeable future. The fourth dangerous job in the United States. Yeah, it is the fourth dangerous job in the United States, and the reason why that boils down to, at least in my opinion, is, well, 100%. By the way, you got Instagram. Yes, you can find me on Instagram. But the reason why I feel that the trash industry is, or refuse collection industry is, the fourth dangerous job in the United States is complacency, and also the complacency of the public. The public acts very recklessly around these vehicles, in addition to drivers get complacent. I mean, you pick up hundreds of cans every day, hundreds of dumpsters, 6 or 7 bins, and you're driving all the time, putting hundreds of miles behind you on a daily basis, regardless of the line of business you're in. So the biggest problem is with that is people naturally get complacent. We get less alert. We get less thing. It's human nature. It's not a knock on anybody. We're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. We cut corners. We know this. People on the street, especially what I call the civilian population, is less aware than what we are. Like, so I got to watch out what everybody else is doing, because they don't even know what they are doing. I'm like, how many times, especially in like Sacramento, the area, a lot of people run red lights. A lot of people just joyride. And thank you. I don't know what is up with that stupid web thing, 6-7, but get over it. That's funny. But yeah, the main thing though is people do not pay attention. And when you don't pay attention in this field, that's when it's going to get you. When you forget to do something as simple as not looking in the mirror when you go to leave your area, and the other person don't, you're going to hit, and that's when something happens. I've seen videos of someone just simply in the back of the rear loader throwing the stuff back in the back in the hopper. The car comes up behind and crushes them. And again, this is to me, it's what's the problem with our industry isn't the, like, 98% to the 2% of incidences is 98% is human error, and the 2% is equipment failure that's just unexplainable. The damn stars align. Again, that is my professional opinion of being in this industry, because people, again, like I said, human nature, cut corners. Oh, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Simple things, it just happens. He like stands on the street close to the arm. Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that because it's in a dangerous place. Yeah. Standing close to the arm has a lot of risk. I mean, I get you guys want to get your shots and everything else, but that's a lot of risk. And most companies, if we hit a pedestrian with the arm or any mechanism related to the arm, we could lose our jobs. I damn near lost my job when a can bounced up and hit a YouTuber. And this was a couple years ago, but I know it's one of those things that I almost lost my job for. I was suspended for a week and a half, and then the company was gracefully decided to allow. If it wasn't for the business unit going for a bat for me, I would have lost my job. So it's one of those things where it was just. That's why, for me, it's like if someone gets close to my arm, I will not move. I get paid by the hour. I'll sit there and wait. Management gets mad at me. Lead driver gets mad. Whatever. I got delayed. Happens all the time. I know it was in California. Well, L.A. is kind of self-explanatory as a California film. Jameson Garland. He was fine. It barely grazed his arm. He was fine. He wasn't even injured or nothing. He felt really bad about it, but everything was fine. And then when I was back, he again kept his distance. You know, it's good that trucks have an emergency stop system. Yeah. No, what's really annoying about that, California, is that when you're sitting there bringing the arm down, and then they decide to walk as the arm is coming down. Like, really? You sat there and everything else, and then I start bringing the arm down, then you start walking? Like, are you trying to get hit? Actually, you know, this is California. This is a very cinematic area where people like to sue people and try to get money for free. So, you know what? I'm not surprised that would be their goal. But that's just my opinion. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Did you see my latest video? Mr. Diamond, I've been busy all weekend, so I haven't had time to actually watch videos. So I have not, but I'll make sure to check it out by tomorrow if I have time. Let me see what we got here. Oh, just for jokes, I'm going to show this meme real quick. Whoops. I'm gonna show this meme here. This is only for jokes purposes, but this is like a nightmare, a trash man's nightmare. Halloween special, okay. Whenever I pass a truck on the right, I wait until the cart is actually tipping over the edge before I pass. Yeah, but you also want to make sure the driver sees you, because that's how you're going to get hit over the head. Yo, the cans are dancing. Still is a nightmare. Hold on, let's see some. Let's talk. Since we just got past Halloween, my coworker had this on her truck, and she even had a pumpkin in the window for Halloween. She was her big fan of Halloween. And I'm pretty sure you've seen this picture though. But I literally looked to my left, and I swear to God, I never thought I was being judged in my life like that. Look how he's judging me, man. He's just judging me right here. Just like, he's like, a ZR? Ew. Let's see a couple other ones too and everything. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Saw this one when I was helping Harry on a Monday. I actually like this when the wind was blowing too, so I actually get a little more. This. Yes, I don't know, Leaves. I wonder about you sometimes. Oh. This happened a few weeks ago, but look what my coworker did. He knocked over his can and put it right in the way of my can. And what I did is I just reached over, picked up my can, and I set it right here, right in front of the can. Beauty of a ZR arm. I can just reach over it, but that was funny. Let's see. I think that was pretty much it. Going back here to see about something. Hate when that happens. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it that we had to break down. Oh, wait. Here, I got a better picture of when how it broke. See, as you can see here, the bolts are broke off, but the motor is still intact. This was how this has been going on the entire time. These little bolts here breaking off here. Don't know exactly, like I said before, don't know exactly why that's happening, but it's happening. Okay, the jobs with it. Okay. So, but yeah, pretty much it's. Why did he put the can in front of yours? Because he was being a jerk. Everybody has a moment, and we troll each other all the time because, you know, it gets boring out there. So what do? We aggravate each other. That's exactly what we do. If you got, I'm telling you right now, drivers are not PC at all. We are not. No. Have you seen the videos of the bird tech yet, Matt? Yeah, I've seen videos of bird tech and everything else, and I can say that I'm not really impressed. At least not that much. He wanted to race you to the landfill. Oh, me and him get into it all the time, playing around. Yeah. Where is it? feel bad for that dog. Trying to see. I'm trying to find something here. Oh yeah. I think I showed you guys already, but again, I saw this in the truck and I had to take a picture of it because I thought it was funny seeing that. I don't know what duct tape works on wonders, but this is ridiculous. Nambos. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, in case you guys want to know, this meme describes the Sacramento area pretty well. Folsom area, Rancho, Sacramento, Rio Linda, Carmichael, Citrus Heights. This meme describes our area pretty well. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this happened a few months ago. I'm gonna show it obviously there, Blair. But this is our friend, my brother's friend here. Woke up in the morning to him on the front lawn. Apparently, he tried to jump the fence and he broke his hip. Yeah, so we had to call fire for him and everything else. But that was a few months ago. It was still just, yeah. Elk Grove workers. Right. Elk Grove workers the best. Yeah. Let's see here. I think that's everything we got today. Oh, yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna show this one. I'll get yelled at for showing that one. I hope he's fine. He's out of therapy now and his hip's pretty good and everything else. So he'll be alright. Like I was asleep and I got woke up to somebody basically this is what I heard. Help! And I walked out there and when I saw him down there I got dressed and I walked out there and was like, what the hell happened to you? And he's like, I think I broke my hip. And damn it. So I went and woke my brother up and we brought him in the house and then we realized I was like, okay, yeah, he definitely has a broken hip. We need it. And I was like, you want us to take you to the hospital? And I was telling my brother like, we can't do that. We put him in the car and everything else. That's gonna kill him. If he has a broken bone and that's next to the major artery and that ruptures, he's dead in minutes. And you can thank my firefighter and EMT training for that, because otherwise I wouldn't have been aware of that. But yeah, he so we called 911 and I was talking to the operator and explaining what was wrong. He's like, is he alert? He's breathing. I said, yeah, he's alert. And I slapped his broken leg hip area and he screamed. I was like, yeah, he's alert, other than being in shock and cold. There's no protrusions, no nothing, and everything else. Yeah, I'm kind of a jerk like that apparently when you just wake me up. So I gotta show you guys this. This is me as an action hero. I look like Price, Captain Price, don't I? Like a resemblance to him, except a more like AI generated dummy version of him. So, but yeah, that's basically what I got today. Like I said, I didn't have time to really, other than doing the work and everything else. What's your favorite song? Okay, that wasn't directed at me. Other than the issues regarding the garage and everything else, but so far, yeah, that's what I got. Let's see if you guys got any couple of questions or anything else. Feel free to Sergeant Matt, your service. That's funny. Feel free to ask. Go ahead. Look like you aged 20 years in that photo. Yeah, I feel like I aged 20 years up there on that ladder, on that roof. Yeah. You know what's bad when your body starts cramping and everything else because you're fat and out of shape and you're trying to do physical labor? Yeah, that's me. There was a time where I probably could have tore that roof off and had it built by myself in a day, but Now it's like too many donuts, too many coffees, too many sitting on my tail driving in circles. That's the problem when you get into like any type of job, whether it's like bus driving, garbage, or just truck driving in general. Thing else, you balloon up because you don't get any much cardio. Your body's not getting enough metabolism going, and also you're kind of eating on the go. You're eating whatever and everything else. So a lot of times if you're not paying attention, like me personally, I'm a sweets guy. I like my sweets. I like my soda. In case you haven't noticed, that tends to happen. So, but all right, guys. What's going on? We're going on an hour now on a little over an hour on the stream. If you guys got any questions for me, shoot them in the chat real quick before we call it tonight. And do note there is like a 20-second delay between me talking and you guys actually seeing it. Truck dude, I would agree with you. LA MRAPs are pretty cool, especially when they're actually tuned up to be fast. Mr. Diamond, I'm gonna butcher that. Like, Patazero? I know that's not how you pronounce it. WM starts in WR cities on January 1st. Damn. Yep. Waste Management starts in Stockton for Republic as well. Rip they rad. Yeah, unfortunately. I heard GFL got a contract or bought out a company in Michigan too. Yeah. All right, I'm getting off. All right, California, have a good night. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it. Republic did not buy on the Waste Management did. Petrazo? That's how you pronounce it. Mr. Diamond, do you understand? I am a dyslexic, so it's not my stronghold, so forgive me on that. Have you heard of community waste disposal? I know. Good night, everyone. Garland, no, I'm not familiar with that group. Also, I'm so tempted to clean out a truck. You're funny. I don't know if I want to see. Well, right now, because they still use the MRAPs, or I'm seeing MRAPs. I messed with Rapid Rails. I don't know why I said MRAPs. You won't have to clean out. It's just bonus. What's your favorite WR? I think 308 was cool. The 308 one that you had us watch a few weeks ago. Last time we were doing it, 308 was pretty good. Waste resources. Still in zips, still in. Like, nice. But okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it tonight, and I'll definitely try to be back on tomorrow evening. If not, I do apologize in advance if that does occur. But obviously, we'll try to be on at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So again, Trashman Matt Show, and we'll be back with some news reports, some weather, and other stuff to sit here and talk about and have a good time. So, all right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you. Have you ever? Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. Have you ever witnessed a police chase on your route? Yes, and actually, we saw one on Thursday. There was one that came through our neighborhoods again on Thursday. It happens every so often. But yeah, what's your favorite LA sanitation truck, Matt? I don't know. I don't watch LA sanitation like that so much, but yeah. Again, thank you guys for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'll see you if you want later. I'll race you. You're funny, Mr. Diamond. You probably win because I ain't good on the CGFD controls. But alright, guys, gonna call it a night. So have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see. Alright. Have a good night.